Let's talk about something most people dismiss as cosmetic, something that quietly undermines confidence and yet is entirely within your control: dark circles and under-eye bags. I want you to understand right from the start that these aren't merely aesthetic annoyances. They are signals from your body, from your lifestyle, and from the environment you live in. And while many people resign themselves to simply hiding them with makeup or hoping time will heal, the truth is there are actionable steps that actually work. And they start with understanding the root cause. First, we need to acknowledge the biology. The skin under your eyes is incredibly thin, so thin that it makes the blood vessels beneath more visible. When blood pools or circulation slows, darkness appears. Puffiness, on the other hand, is often caused by fluid retention, inflammation, or a combination of both. The science is simple, but the solution requires attention, consistency, and the right approach. Too many people skip the fundamentals, chasing fancy creams and trending gadgets, hoping for overnight miracles. Let me make this clear: there are no shortcuts, but there are strategies that deliver results if you commit. Step 1 is lifestyle awareness. Sleep is the foundation, not just for eye health, but for your entire body. Inadequate or poor quality sleep compromises circulation, increases inflammation, and makes under-eye darkness far more prominent. But it's not only about the number of hours, it's about rhythm. Going to bed and waking up at consistent times strengthens your body's natural repair processes. Hydration is equally critical. Dehydration thickens blood and reduces circulation, making dark circles darker. Drinking water throughout the day, coupled with limiting excessive alcohol or caffeine, can have a surprisingly noticeable effect on the appearance of the under-eye area. Next, nutrition plays an underestimated role. Vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants are not just buzzwords. They are your body's natural tools for repair. Vitamin K supports circulation and can reduce the visible pooling of blood under the eyes. Vitamin C strengthens collagen, the structure that keeps skin resilient and taut, preventing sagging that worsens under-eye bags. Iron deficiency, even mild, can exacerbate darkness, making anemia a silent contributor to the tired look you see in the mirror. A diet rich in colorful vegetables, fruits, and lean protein isn't just for overall health, it directly impacts how vibrant and youthful your eyes appear. Movement is another pillar that can't be ignored. Circulation is the lifeblood of healthy skin, and yet we spend hours sitting, staring at screens, and restricting blood flow. Regular cardiovascular exercise improves circulation, which in turn reduces the pooling of blood and lymphatic congestion around the eyes. Simple facial exercises can also help. Gentle tapping, lymphatic drainage massages, or even rolling techniques with tools like jade rollers stimulate fluid movement and accelerate repair. This isn't about vanity, it's about leveraging your body's natural mechanisms. Skincare, when done intelligently, complements these efforts. Ingredients matter more than expensive branding. Retinol stimulates collagen, hyaluronic acid hydrates, peptides strengthen, and caffeine temporarily constricts blood vessels, reducing puffiness. But remember, frequency and technique are more important than overloading products. Apply with gentle patting, never rubbing. Consistency over months will yield far more noticeable results than sporadic application of the latest trending cream. Layer your efforts: lifestyle, nutrition, movement, and skincare together amplify results in ways isolated approaches never will. Now let's address the elephant in the room: genetics. Yes, some individuals are predisposed to under-eye darkness and bags. It's not a failure, it's information. Genetics set the stage, but lifestyle and habits determine the performance. You may never completely erase inherited darkness, but you can dramatically reduce its impact. Many people give up because they expect perfection overnight. The truth is that sustainable improvement is a process, not a product. Real transformation comes from patience, dedication, and understanding that your body is not an adversary, it is your greatest ally when treated with knowledge and respect. Stress management is often overlooked. Cortisol, the stress hormone, promotes inflammation, fluid retention, and broken sleep cycles, all major contributors to under-eye problems. Meditation, deep breathing, structured breaks, and even small daily moments of mindfulness lower cortisol, improving both appearance and overall wellness. What's remarkable is that the effects are cumulative. The more you practice stress reduction, the more your under eye area becomes a reflection of your inner calm, not your inner tension. Let's talk about interventions that bridge the gap between lifestyle and instant improvement. Cold therapy, like chilled eye masks or even cooled spoons, constricts blood vessels and reduces swelling. Simple, accessible, and effective. Strategic use of light chemical peels or gentle laser treatments, when recommended by professionals, can thicken under eye skin, reducing the translucence that makes dark circles visible. These are tools to accelerate progress, not replacements for foundational habits. Think of them as enhancements, not substitutes. And here's something many people miss: sleep position matters. Elevating the head slightly during sleep can prevent fluid from pooling under the eyes, reducing morning puffiness. Small adjustments, often overlooked, compound over time into meaningful changes. The body responds to consistency and small habits just as much as it does to large lifestyle overhauls. The most powerful component, however, is mindset. Too often, people focus on what's wrong, what they can't fix, and what they inherited. That perspective sabotages progress. Shift the narrative. Focus on what you can control, on measurable actions, on repeatable routines. View dark circles and under eye bags not as permanent flaws, but as indicators guiding you towards smarter choices, healthier habits, and more mindful living. Empowerment comes from action. Results come from repetition. Confidence comes from knowing you are actively improving, not passively waiting. Accountability amplifies results. Track your sleep, your hydration, your nutrition, your topical application, and your movement. Even simple journaling of these habits reveals patterns and allows optimization. You can't improve what you don't measure. And when you see progress, even subtle, it reinforces commitment, creating a positive feedback loop. The science is simple, consistent, informed action yields visible transformation. Remember, this journey is deeply personal. It is about showing up for yourself, consistently choosing small actions that collectively redefine your appearance and boost your confidence. The goal is not perfection, it is improvement. It is not hiding from mirrors, but looking in them with acknowledgement of progress. It is not chasing miracle fixes, but designing an intelligent, evidence-based approach that your body responds to because it is built to heal, adapt, and regenerate. Every dark circle you see is a reminder, not a sentence. Every puffiness is a signal, not a failure. When addressed strategically with sleep, hydration, nutrition, movement, stress management, intelligent skincare, and occasional professional interventions, you reclaim control. You turn signals into feedback loops for improvement. You transform a perceived flaw into a testament of your commitment to self-care, discipline, and resilience. And the beauty of this approach is that it transcends under-eye concerns. The same principles, habit, consistency, awareness, and informed action apply to every aspect of health, energy, and vitality. You are training more than your under-eye skin. You're training your body, your mind, and your capacity for self-respect. This is empowerment in practice. Every small step compounds into significant change, and nothing can replace the power of deliberate, intelligent, sustained action. But before you reach for creams, tools, or professional treatments, the most powerful, effective, and sustainable changes for dark circles and under-eye bags begin with lifestyle. The way you live day to day is not just a backdrop for your appearance, it directly influences it. Too often, people treat under-eye concerns as cosmetic problems, only ignoring the underlying biological, environmental factors that create them. Dark circles and puffiness are rarely random. They are signals from the body, markers of habits, routines, and stress that may be invisible elsewhere. Recognizing this is the first step toward real, lasting improvement, because when you address the root cause, the results are far more profound than anything a product alone can deliver. Sleep is the cornerstone of under-eye health. The skin beneath the eyes is incredibly thin, and while the body rests, deep sleep, repair, and regeneration occur at their highest rates. Inadequate sleep leads to poor circulation, fluid retention, and slower cellular turnover, all of which make darkness and puffiness more pronounced. It is not only about quantity. Getting 8 hours every now and then is not enough. The quality of sleep and consistency of sleep schedules matter immensely. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time each day synchronizes your circadian rhythm, allowing the body to optimize hormone release, repair tissue, and clear toxins. Poor sleep disrupts these processes, and no amount of topical treatment can fully compensate for chronic disruption. Investing in sleep hygiene, such as a darkened room, minimal electronic use before bed, and a calm pre-sleep routine is foundational for improving the appearance of your under eye area. Hydration is equally critical. The body's tissues, including the delicate skin around the eyes, depend on proper fluid balance to maintain structure and circulation. When you are dehydrated, blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and the thin skin under the eyes darkens as a result. Fluid retention, which often manifests as puffiness, can ironically decrease if hydration is inconsistent because the body compensates by holding on to water. Drinking sufficient water consistently throughout the day, while limiting excess alcohol and caffeine, helps maintain equilibrium, flushes toxins, and improves skin elasticity. Hydration is not glamorous, but it is foundational, and small, consistent actions create visible improvement over weeks and months. Nutrition is another pillar that people often underestimate. The eyes are a reflection of internal health, and deficiencies manifest quickly in the thin under eye skin. Vitamins like C and K, along with iron and antioxidants, are particularly important. Vitamin C supports collagen synthesis, strengthening the skin and preventing sagging, which reduces the prominence of under eye bags. Vitamin K improves circulation and helps reduce the visibility of blood pooling that creates darkness. Iron deficiency can exacerbate dark circles, even subtly, by reducing oxygen delivery to tissues, giving a dull, fatigued appearance. A diet rich in colorful vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats doesn't just support overall health. It directly impacts your appearance, energy, and resilience. Processed foods, high sugar intake, and excessive salt disrupt fluid balance, inflammation, and vascular health, making under-eye concerns worse. Conscious nutrition is not temporary. It is a long-term strategy for visible, sustainable results. Movement and physical activity further amplify the benefits of good sleep, hydration, and nutrition. Circulation is the lifeblood of healthy skin, and regular cardiovascular exercise ensures that blood flows efficiently to the tiny vessels under the eyes. Poor circulation leads to pooling, stagnation, and visible darkness. Beyond cardiovascular work, small targeted movements like facial exercises or gentle lymphatic drainage techniques can accelerate fluid movement and reduce puffiness. These techniques stimulate the body's natural detoxification and repair processes. Many people focus only on the aesthetic outcome, but the deeper purpose is functional, improving how the body moves, circulates, and restores itself. Consistency is key. The benefits compound over time, and the results extend beyond the eyes to overall vitality and energy. Stress management plays a surprisingly significant role in the health of your under eye area. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which drives inflammation, fluid retention, and disruption of sleep cycles. High stress not only manifests as tension lines and dullness in the skin, but also directly contributes to the formation of bags and darkness under the eyes. Incorporating daily stress-reducing practices, whether meditation, deep breathing, short walks, journaling, or even controlled digital detoxes, lowers cortisol and reduces the systemic inflammation that impacts appearance. The body responds quickly to consistent stress management, and over weeks, these small practices have a measurable effect on how rested and vibrant the under eye area looks. Even seemingly minor factors such as sleep position can influence outcome. Sleeping with the head slightly elevated prevents fluid from pooling under the eyes overnight, reducing morning puffiness. Similarly, protecting the eyes from excessive sun exposure and environmental pollutants prevents oxidative stress, which accelerates skin aging and makes darkness more visible. Small daily actions compound, and while they may feel subtle in isolation, the cumulative effect over weeks and months is dramatic. Ultimately, lifestyle foundations are the framework on which all other interventions are built. Skincare, professional treatments, or topical remedies will only be effective if the body is already supported with adequate sleep, hydration, nutrition, movement, and stress management. These habits are not difficult. They require awareness, consistency, and intentionality. Every action you take is feedback to your body, guiding it toward balance, repair, and resilience. The results are measurable, sustainable, and empowering because they are entirely within your control. Once you have laid the foundation with proper sleep, hydration, nutrition, and movement, The next step is targeted, intelligent interventions that amplify results. Many people make the mistake of thinking that lifestyle alone is enough or that products and gadgets alone will work. The truth is that the most dramatic, lasting improvement comes when the two work together, when you understand how to use tools and treatments in a strategic, informed way. These interventions are not magic, they are methods that leverage science and physiology, enhancing what your body is already capable of. Applied correctly, they transform under-eye circles and puffiness faster, more effectively, and more sustainably than haphazard attempts. Skincare is often the first place people turn, and the right approach makes all the difference. Not every cream, serum, or roll-up will deliver results. It's about selecting ingredients with proven efficacy and applying them consistently and correctly. Retinol, for instance, is one of the most powerful compounds for under-eye concerns because it stimulates collagen production. By thickening the thin under-eye skin, retinol reduces translucency, which in turn diminishes the visibility of dark veins underneath. It is important to introduce retinol gradually, starting with small amounts 2 to 3 nights per week to avoid irritation, and increasing frequency as your skin builds tolerance. Hyaluronic acid, by contrast, offers immediate hydration, plumping. It fills the delicate under-eye tissue, smoothing fine lines and giving a more lifted appearance. Together, these ingredients create a dual effect: long-term structural improvement from retinol and instant visible hydration from hyaluronic acid. Peptides are another crucial element. These small chains of amino acids signal the skin to produce more collagen and strengthen its structural support. Over time, peptides can reduce puffiness and reinforce elasticity, creating a firmer, smoother under-eye area. They work especially well in combination with hyaluronic acid because while peptides strengthen, hyaluronic acid hydrates, and the two together optimize the skin's capacity to retain moisture and resist sagging. Caffeine is a practical addition, not as a long-term solution, but as a tool for immediate visual improvement. Applied topically, caffeine constricts blood vessels and reduces swelling, offering an instant wake-up effect for tired eyes. These effects are temporary, but when combined with nightly repair routines, they support a healthier, more refreshed appearance that compounds over time. Cold therapy is a deceptively simple, but incredibly effective method for reducing puffiness and revitalizing the under-eye area. Chilled gel masks, frozen spoons, or jade and quartz rollers constrict blood vessels and stimulate lymphatic drainage. Many people underestimate the power of temperature manipulation, but the cold literally helps move excess fluid away from the under-eye area, reducing swelling and creating a firmer look. This is particularly effective in the morning, when overnight fluid accumulation can exaggerate puffiness. Consistency matters here as well. Daily practice ensures that the lymphatic system functions optimally, preventing stagnation that leads to lasting bags. Professional interventions, when applied intelligently, are another layer of amplification. Light chemical peels, gentle laser resurfacing, or microneedling can thicken the under-eye skin, boost collagen production, and improve circulation. These treatments accelerate repair and complement home care routines. They are not a replacement for lifestyle habits. They are tools to enhance the body's natural regenerative processes. Understanding timing, frequency, and appropriate professional guidance is critical to maximize benefit and avoid irritation or overtreatment. This is why an informed, strategic approach is always superior to chasing the latest trend or viral treatment. Application technique is another element often overlooked. The skin around the eyes is extremely delicate, and aggressive rubbing or pulling can damage vessels and worsen puffiness over time. Gentle patting motions, whether using fingertips or specialized tools, stimulate circulation without causing trauma. This small adjustment enhances the penetration and efficacy of all topical treatments, ensuring that the active ingredients reach the tissues that need them most. Layering products strategically, for example, applying a retinol treatment at night, followed by a hydrating peptide serum in the morning, amplifies cumulative effects, creating both immediate and long-term improvement. Timing is also a form of intervention. Using cold therapy or caffeine-based products strategically, such as in the morning or before an important event, provides temporary improvement when you need it most. This allows you to control appearance on demand while supporting structural changes over time with nightly routines and consistent lifestyle habits. It is the combination of immediate, visible effects with long-term repair that creates a truly transformative result. Finally, the principle of integration cannot be overstated. These interventions are most effective when they are part of a holistic, informed system. They are tools, not shortcuts. When used alongside proper sleep, hydration, nutrition, exercise, and stress management, they accelerate improvement exponentially. A retinol serum without sleep will yield limited results. A jade roller without lymphatic awareness will have minimal impact. Understanding the science behind each intervention, using them consistently, and integrating them into a comprehensive regimen is what separates temporary fixes from sustainable, visible transformation. The power of targeted, intelligent interventions is in their ability to amplify the results of every foundational habit you have implemented. They provide the bridge between basic care and visible, lasting improvement. They demonstrate that results are not random or purely genetic. They are the product of informed action, consistent practice, and attention to detail. By approaching skincare, cold therapy, professional treatments, and application techniques strategically, you harness the body's natural mechanisms, creating under-eye improvement that is measurable, predictable, and empowering. Once you have established both the foundation of lifestyle habits and the intelligence. Interventions that amplify results, the final and arguably most critical component is mindset. Your mental approach determines whether these efforts will translate into visible, lasting change or whether they will fizzle out in frustration. Too many people focus on what they can't fix, what genetics dictate, or they inherited from their family, and they allow these limitations to define them. Dark circles and under-eye bags are often treated as permanent flaws, personal failures, or signs of aging that can't be influenced. That perspective sabotages progress before it even begins. The truth is, mindset is not just a feel-good concept, it is a physiological driver of behavior, consistency, and ultimately results. Transformation begins with seeing your under-eye concerns as feedback, not as flaws. Every dark circle, every puffiness is a signal from your body, a reminder that circulation, sleep, nutrition, hydration, or stress management may need attention. Viewing these signs as information rather than condemnation shifts your mindset from defeat to empowerment. This subtle change in perspective is crucial because it determines how you respond. Do you ignore the signals and hope they disappear, or do you take deliberate, informed action to address them? When approached as feedback, the body becomes a partner in improvement, and every small intervention becomes meaningful. Consistency is inseparable from mindset. Improvement in under-eye darkness or puffiness rarely happens overnight, and those who expect instant results often give up before they see the real change. Visible, lasting improvement requires repetition over weeks and months. Each night of proper sleep, each day of hydration, each application of a targeted treatment, each stress reduction practice contributes to cumulative change. Mindset determines whether you view this process as tedious or transformative. Embracing the journey, understanding that small daily actions compound into dramatic results, is what separates those who succeed from those who quit. Your consistency is not a mechanical act, it is a reflection of belief, patience, and self-discipline. Another critical aspect of mindset is reframing expectations. Genetics or family predisposition may influence the prominence of dark circles or bags, but they do not dictate the outcome. Many people surrender too quickly, assuming that inherited traits are immutable. The reality is that lifestyle interventions and mental approach can dramatically alter appearance, even in those with strong genetic predispositions. Viewing genetics as a starting point rather than a sentence allows you to take control of what is truly modifiable. This reframing reduces frustration, reinforces effort, and keeps motivation alive, because every choice you make contributes to measurable improvement. Tracking progress is another powerful tool tied directly to mindset. Journaling habits, monitoring sleep, hydration, nutrition, and treatment application, or even taking periodic photos provides objective evidence of improvement. Human perception is often flawed. We may not notice subtle changes day to day, but when documented, patterns emerge and progress becomes undeniable. This reinforces belief in the process and strengthens consistency. Every record, every tracked habit becomes a psychological anchor, demonstrating that intentional actions lead to tangible results. When you see improvement, even incremental, it fuels momentum, making the continuation of habits easier and more natural. Patience is intertwined with mindset. The under eye area reflects internal health, circulation, and structural changes that cannot be rushed. Attempting to shortcut the process through excessive product use or overzealous interventions often backfires, causing irritation or temporary worsening of the condition. Understanding that sustainable change is gradual fosters a mindset of discipline, respect for the body's natural rhythms, and realistic expectations. Patience is not passive. It is active engagement with a process that rewards those who persevere. Every night you follow your regimen, every morning you implement cold therapy or hydration, you are reinforcing the principle that consistency, not haste, produces transformation. Mindset also governs emotional response. Many people internalize under-eye concerns as a reflection of fatigue, stress, or diminished attractiveness, which can negatively impact confidence and self-perception. By shifting focus from flaw to action, from defeat to empowerment, the under-eye area becomes a marker of care and diligence rather than failure. Confidence grows not from perfection, but from knowing that you are taking intentional steps to improve, that you are actively participating in your own well-being. This shift in self-perception amplifies motivation, making adherence to routines less of a chore and more of a reflection of self-respect and personal accountability. Finally, mindset is about viewing this process as part of a broader pattern of self-mastery. The principles applied to improving dark circles awareness, informed action, consistency, patience, and tracking translate to every other aspect of health, wellness, and personal development. By cultivating a mindset that embraces responsibility, persistence, and deliberate action, you are not only transforming your under-eye appearance, but also reinforcing habits that enhance energy, vitality, and overall well-being. This integration creates a feedback loop. Improved health and appearance reinforce confidence, which strengthens discipline, which produces further improvement. In essence, mindset transforms effort into results. It allows lifestyle changes and intelligent interventions to have maximal impact. It provides the patience to persist, the perspective to view challenges as signals rather than failures, and the motivation to maintain consistency over time. Without the right mindset, even the most carefully designed routines can fail. With it, even modest interventions compound into remarkable transformation. When we look at the journey to transform dark circles and under-eye bags, it's clear that nothing works in isolation. Lifestyle forms the foundation of sleep, hydration, nutrition, movement, and stress management that give your body the ability to repair, regenerate, and thrive. On top of that, targeted and intelligent interventions amplify those results, turning thoughtful action into visible improvement. Finally, mindset and consistency are the forces that turn effort into transformation, allowing small daily choices to compound into lasting change. Each element reinforces the other, creating a system where your body, your routines, and your mindset are aligned toward the single goal of healthier, more vibrant eyes, and a reflection of the care and discipline you show yourself every day. The truth is that genetics, age, or previous neglect are not sentences, they are starting points. Every night you sleep well. Every day you nourish and hydrate. Every time you use a treatment strategically. And every moment you commit to consistency and patience, you are reclaiming control. What seems like a minor habit or a small action compounds into something remarkable over weeks, months, and years. Transformation is not magic, it is science applied intelligently, and it is discipline applied consistently. So the next time you look in the mirror and see tired eyes, remember this: these signals are not permanent flaws. They are invitations. They are reminders that your body responds to care, that change is possible, and that the power to improve is in your hands. Every choice you make today, how you sleep, what you eat, how you care for your skin, and how you approach each challenge shapes the reflection you will see tomorrow. Commit to the process, honor your body, respect your habits, and embrace patience. Because when lifestyle, strategy, and mindset align, what once felt impossible becomes inevitable. And the results speak not just to your appearance, but to your discipline, your resilience, and your belief in the power of consistent action. Take control, start now, and let every small, intentional action bring you closer to the vibrant, confident version of yourself that is waiting to emerge.